It's funny because as you're saying purpley, I'm pressing purple tags on people. So
Look at those. Look at the reds on the tips of the fingers.
Right? Look at that. Look at
what
his
is going
thumb.
on with your
It's
fingers?
fantastic thumbs.
It looks
so
like
colorful.
Look how red it
your
is.
fingers
Yeah.
out.
Oh shit! I have Ryan Otto in the wrong windows. That's hilarious.
Uh-oh.
That's easy. That's an easy fix.
Rise a thumb.
I'm a bard.
Hello there.
I'm a bar.
Oh, I'm a board. All right, we're gonna put you there, and then we're gonna put you. Oop, wrong one.
Whoa!
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 Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 10 of Lost in It. We're
Whoa!
week 10, right? That's
What?
crazy. Yeah. Does that surprise you? Are you
Yes.
surprised?
Yes, that's
Hey,
the
week
reaction.
10.
I had.
We made it
Was
to week 10.
surprised.
I can't believe we're still alive.
Edge of Morality. It has an official name now, which I don't think we gave last week until the Star Wars show. But yes, welcome to Edge of Morality.
Who came up with the name?
Me and Scott, as
Yeah,
we were
we-
trying to
we-
think of a name for the Star Wars one, I was like, Edge of Morality is kind of cool. He's like, yeah, but it's Edge of the Empire. I'm like, you're right. He's like, that's great for the other one, though. I'm like, you're
Yeah.
also right. All right, we'll stick with it.
It was like the name Lost Initiative. I threw 3 ideas at Mathis. He
Yeah.
shot one of them down handedly. We debated the other 2 and ended with
Wait. What was that one?
Sack
the
of
one he shot
dice.
down?
Sack of dice.
when they shot down. It was a critical hit. So
Oh no, sack of dice.
Sack of dice was the one that we.
Why aren't we sack of dice?
Oh,
With Sack of dice.
There's too many like testicle jokes in there.
exactly.
Perfect.
And critical hit was because there's already Yeah, I know. Because there's already critical roll. I was like, that's too close to critical roll.
Could have been sack of dice, guys.
Unbelievable.
Could have been. And
Uh,
alternate reality.
If it makes you feel any better, you'll always be Sack of dice in my mind.
That's fine. I'll take it. Hello, everybody. For all the subscribers and new subscribers, you've got 2 new emotes to play with. Play with them. Lost in It Crit and Lost in It Fail. They're just your natural 20, natural 1s. As always, they were made by the fantastic F Snow Zombie. They look great. Feel free to play with them. We've got like 6 more slots to fill, so we'll work on it. Other than that, thank you, Roll For It. I was just part of the Roll For It stream. They just hosted us. That was super fun. It's another D&D show. Feel free to check them out. They're a bunch of great people. And I enabled bits, so if you want to throw bits in our faces, that's fine. They won't show up on stream because it's too distracting, but
Aw. I was
Yeah.
like, are they actually going to show up on our faces?
no, that's way too distracting.
They'll show up in the game. We'll have to fight them.
Right? Yeah. For every bit is a new enemy we have to fight, and combat just never ends.
Don't do
Oh,
this.
can you imagine though?
Oh
It'd be
my
so
god.
dope.
It would
that'd
just be
so much fun.
We would just be playing Diablo at that point.
You gotta cheer like 10,000 to summon a boss. Oh, beta game actually is what we've just done here. It's gonna make so much money.
Can we have them benefit us rather than hinder us?
Right? I know. Why do we have to go right to like 10,000 bits is an unbeatable boss?
Aren't we just creating the hugger games again?
That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Like, oh shit, I need a bow, and then like someone's like donation. It's like,
Right. Oh, yeah. They can donate either for the side of justice or evil.
Are you really think
terrible idea.
anybody's gonna donate?
I think someone already does this on Twitch, and it's awful.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let's not do this.
I'm good
All
with
right.
that. How's
Do you
everybody's?
have a feeling things won't go in your favor there, Sam? You have a feeling
I'm just
that Rise life will get even more difficult than being an outlaw again?
I'm a standard British skeptic, so nothing ever will go good.
It's funny.
How's everybody's week? Before we get going, how was everybody's week? Sam, how was your week, man?
Um,
How's Blood Bowl going? More specifically.
My house
How's the
flooded
house asleep
while I
going?
was live. That was great.
Oh, I saw Dodger tweeting about that. What happened?
I guess like the people who live above us had been flushing soil down their sink,
What?
and it like
What?
and it
What?
blocked- Yeah, and so we're in obviously like we're in a flat, we're in a building.
Yeah.
So there's people above us. So like the pipes got blocked. So all the water from the apartments above us that they were like putting down the sink was just coming out of our sink. So I like went to get a drink while I was streaming, and my kitchen was just underwater, like dirty soil water with leaves in it. And I was like,
Soil
yeah, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And
or plants.
yeah, and we had to get like a plumber to come out, and then he like tried to fix it, and he like knocked something, and like all the water just went everywhere. Like he made it 10 times worse.
Oh no.
And then, oh god, yeah,
Why were they flushing soil?
I don't know.
They're above you.
You're above me.
What are they? Do they have a
Gardening?
farm?
I don't,
Were they burying someone?
maybe they were gardening. I don't know.
Maggie, why did you go there? What is the
Just
matter?
the route to take.
What the
Good.
fuck?
No, Maggie,
Is this
stay.
twice in a row now?
No, stay in that mindset for the session. I need you there. I need you in that dark
okay,
place at
Maggie, they
all
were
times.
burying someone in soil on the 3rd floor of an apartment complex. You got them.
And they had too much. They had extra. They didn't know what to do with it.
So they put it down the sink.
My question, I would just go up to that apartment and be like, excuse me, I understand you absolutely fucked up my apartment, but more importantly, why are you flushing soil?
There's like
Why?
there's 3 apartments above us. We don't know which one it was. 'Cause it's like
Jesus.
all of them go
Oh.
down the pipe. But yeah, I mean, rip. Someone's obviously gardening and they were like, this will be fine.
Jesus.
Well,
Christ.
Indoor gardening. I wonder what they were doing.
Well, I'm sorry, Sam.
California, right? California.
It's fine, but
Yeah.
that was my week. And apart from that, I just played Blood Bowl the whole time.
Which just increases your salt levels even more. So, good
Yeah.
job. Bear, how was your
It's not
week,
like
man?
he's taking his anger out on that.
That's fine.
Mhm.
The thing is, Blood Bowl hits back.
Really
So-
hard. Way harder. Way harder than you could ever hope to hit.
Oh, I know. I remember the league that we never finished. Bear, how was your week?
Oh, my week was great. I hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. That was pretty
Congratulations,
awesome.
man. That's super
Congrats.
awesome.
Good fucking job.
Thank you. Yeah, I felt really good
That's
about it.
me.
Hell yeah.
That's basically it.
Hey, you know,
Party
that's
that
worth
bitch, yeah.
celebrating the entire week.
Yeah, more or less.
Just a big lifelong accomplishment.
Yeah, 5 years of work compounded into a single moment. Sure,
Yeah,
yeah, that was all I did.
And now it's my gun for 200K to take the spotlight away from you.
Oh, what?
I haven't gotten it yet. No, I mean, it was like literally yesterday. So
They're,
Oh,
pre-
yeah,
they're
so
pretty
they
quick on the
apply for it?
plaque.
what's that?
You gotta apply for it though, right? Have you done that?
Oh, you do? Seriously?
It'll appear. So yeah, what'll happen is those little notifications. It's like in your
Why?
dashboard. It'll eventually appear there, and you're gonna need to click on it, and then you need to fill out a form.
All right, I feel like an asshole then because my wife asked me if I needed to do that. And I was like, no, you don't need to do that. Come on, like
You
I
do.
I
Well, they
would
just- they
know.
Hey, they're Google. They know your address. Which is
I
so
gave them all that info when I signed up. That was my social, my blood type, they know all that.
You sold yourself for a shot. Maggie, how was your week?
Good. I worked. That's all I've got.
I have a feeling that's what Scott's gonna say too.
Yeah, I just worked a lot and then I slept in. I'm sorry.
I don't know why you're apologizing.
Napped through my stream time. And then I woke up at 1 a.m. and I'm like, fuck, what do I do now? But hey, Christmas decorations are down, so y'all
Oh,
can
that's
start.
progress.
Wife Taffy's in chat. She's like, knew it.
Also, I'm not green because I had a meeting before this, so I'm sorry.
How dare you? It's all right.
It's
we can
rough,
just do
'cause is
this.
right
Oh, hey! Showing those off. That's,
Yeah,
that's
show
mean. That's mean, Mathis. That's mean.
We'll show the
wow,
lip in a
dude.
bit.
Horrible.
Scott, how was
waiting
your
for
week,
mine.
man?
I'm waiting for mine.
I know
want
you
my
are.
plushies. I want my damn plushies. I actually also got my Christmas decorations down today, but my week was pretty good. I worked a lot
Yeah.
and also had a water issue. You know, I came home yesterday to my hot water tank was about to burst all over my little brother, which is pretty hilarious. But hey, thanks for help. That's what brothers are for, right? Hey,
Did he gain superpowers?
no,
We
just
just got burns.
just
It sounds like an
really
origin
wet
story. That's
shoes.
what I'm saying. Like,
No, just splish splash shoes.
Well, you
That's-
won't know yet. It takes a little bit of time for that stuff to
I
happen.
promise you,
Right.
his little
Right.
brother would never gain superpowers from anything that hits him.
keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him.
I mean, he's 6'6" and took Krav, so I think he's already got superpowers. So he's kind of a scary person. But anyways,
6
that's
foot
not
six. Is he
that's not a
doing
murdering a bunch.
basketball?
What? was
6'6" is huge. Is he playing basketball?
No,
or
he
like-
plays Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's a family affair.
Yeah.
All right, well,
The shoe fits.
let's freaking get into this. We're about to murder some druids, so Scott, hit us with a recap of last week, where we are, why we're here, and what we're about to do, and why Otto and Rye have agreed to do what we're about to do.
Well, I don't know why they agreed. That's kind of a head scratcher on that one. But
I was like,
why,
what the fuck?
why are we here? Because Thunk's an asshole. I mean, that's really. But I mean, let's just
We were on our way to
Escape.
church, and now we're like killing druids.
yeah.
Consider
yeah.
this like
An average day.
service to Grummish before
So
church.
after everything that had happened, after how it all played out, and everything in Black Hill with the townsfolk in Black Hill starting to turn on you, the Lord and Lady of Black Hill turning on you, becoming outlaws in at least a few of the city-state cities, whatever you want to call them in this region. There was a trip over to the Tel Flam. There we go. Sorry, I forgot the word for a moment there. There was a trip over to Tel Flam, and over in Tel Flam, Thunk had a bit of a secret meeting with one of the Shadow Lords, or at least a proxy of one of the Shadow Lords in the city, and divulged them a little bit of information. It was kind of his retribution for how he had worked for Ashram and did a good job for Ashram, and Ashram always paid everything that they were owed 100% of the time, right? And after all that was said and done, he was like, you know what? I think I'm going to kill Ashram. And so he turned around and attempted to kill him. Gromit got in the way.
It's not that black and white, first of all.
It was 100%, you know, it was shadow.
It's black and white, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could have been in the other room robbing the chests, but no, let's kill somebody. So
We found some nice stuff, though.
Good.
His retribution for the retribution against him for what he had done was to more or less.
I learned how to pick locks from that, so.
He did, yeah. He actually got really good at it too. He went and divulged all this information about who was behind everything that's been going on. Made sure he cleared the name of one of their greatest assets, which was Tapret. He just kind of divulged everything that the party had worked on the entire way, and just said, you know what? It's like fuck me, no fuck you, and completely turned everything on that guy. And then just walked away from it. So along the way, we did learn that he had no problem throwing his friends' names under a bus, if it was for a purpose.
Except Addo, for some fucking reason.
Except Addo, you know, that's his. Every priest needs an altar boy, right?
Right.
Addo fits the bill. So,
Oh God.
and so you guys walk away from there. Along the way, you bump into this group of shaman. You decide what is instinct for Thunk and everybody else is, there's a group of shaman here, and we have no beef with them. Let's just kind of make our way around them. And so you go to do so, make your way around, bump into another group of orcs that are just outside of their camp, and they're kind of like, oh, Thunk, we know you from previous stuffs. Come give a blessing of Grumsh to us before our battle. Oh, there's a battle. And yeah, you want to come kill some people with us? I love killing people. It's my favorite pastime. And so you guys kind of got swept into killing people because Thunk. And
That's legit how it went down, though. Like, no, straightforward, exactly what happened.
And now here we are, picking up exactly where we left off with the party as well as this other group of orcs. And there was a couple of half orcs, but for the most part, full-blooded orcs that are fanning their way out around the group of orcish or half orcish druids that are amongst the trees. Now, why are we killing them? It was said that they are traitors to, Grumsh. They were traitors to Grumsh, and so we need to kill them. I know that maybe to some of you guys this seems a little unusual, but maybe just going along with it. It was the very end of last session, so I think maybe as you've put more thought into it, your characters put more thought into it, lining up your arrow, whatever it is you're doing. Maybe you're having second thoughts, or maybe you're like, hey, gung ho, let's kill some people. Maybe they'll have some good treasure on them. So, what are we doing from here, guys? Where are you picking it up?
Well, we all kind of strategically set ourselves up. So that's where we are right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I actually put on the little markers there. So
I see nothing, though, just so you know. I see 4 activists. Okay.
There you go. Okay, I sent it to you guys. So you should see markers on those that are the ones that you're assisting in fighting the other ones. So you see little purple dots on them to make that nice and easy, which is what I was saying. So, and Addo, if you can't see yourself, that's because you are currently doing an orc back ride.
No, I got it.
You're right behind Gromit.
Yeah, he's
right there.
I would have actually, prior to setting up, as I was just thinking about how it would have gone this over the week, I would have asked the people if possible, would it be possible to subdue the chieftain of this tribe and demand the surrender of the rest, and not parlay, but I would like to injure and bring down the chieftain, but not necessarily kill him and the leaders of this tribe, and have the others stand and see if the others will stand down first.
So you were saying that you would have. So currently, like
talking to the orc, my orc buddy that I know from a long time ago, basically.
And that's actually this guy right here. and you happen to be right here. Actually, 3 of you guys stayed together. It was pretty much just poor Rye that went off by herself with the other, with the sorceress, which you guys were hanging back down over in this area over here. So you're welcome to say that to him now. So you would go up to him, and you was the. Is there any way that we could subdue the leader of them or the chieftain of them?
Bring him to his knees, but not outright kill him right away.
And he turns back at you and says, "And we will let traitors live?
We will give them a chance to redeem themselves."
Otto turns around hearing this.
I like that plan.
Blood will still be spilt, and I kind of bang my chest. You can trust me on that.
Thunk, there are traitors here. They've turned their back on Grumsh. You can either wield your blade with me, or you can sit this fight out. The decision is yours, but they will all die here.
I nod. And I grasp my mace. I'm still going to fight one way or another.
So the only 2 people that heard that were Grommen and Otto, and it was still spoken in common. It was not spoken in Orcish, unless Thunk initiated the conversation that way. I assume you didn't.
No, I'll tell you if I do it in Orcish.
And that being said, do either of you react to that at all, aside from what Otto said that he completely ignored?
Go ahead.
I look up at Grumman. You good with all of this?
Grumman's kind of like surveying what's in front of him and kind of focused on that at the moment, but he hears little Otto, and he's like, "Sure."
I thought Maggie was gonna be like, "Can I roll like a perception check to like, or maybe an insight to?" No, I'll just kill them. It's all good.
Yes, it's working. It's working.
I recoil a little bit, but I just kind of come to terms with it. Oh, okay.
All right, there we go. Awesome. So from here, you guys are going to be able to get a surprise round. You're all going to be able to make a single action before initiative really kicks into play. But before we do that, let's roll our initiative to see where it is that we stand moving forward, okay?
Sure.
So go right ahead.
Hooray.
I'll throw it up on the screen in a second and reorganize it. If anybody has any mistakes. Yeah.
That's good. Oh, that's nice too.
And there we go. That is all of them. And descending. Bam. All right. Do I control the size of the turn order for you guys, or do you control the size yourself?
Oh, we can make we can resize the window as we see fit.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
Sam, did you roll?
Oh, I didn't clear you guys out from last time. What did you roll, Addo?
No,
19.
I don't see Sam's on there.
I haven't rolled yet.
Oh, okay.
He was surveying the land first, seeing what.
Right.
Yeah. What was it Grommen got?
22.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I'll delete this one. I didn't clear after last combat. That's all. And we should be good now. So, with Rye rolled in there, I'm going to reorganize, and we should be good.
Grommen went directly to the bottom
And
there.
I got it. Bam. Sorry about the hiccup. All right. Now hiccup is gone. We are here. It is going to start off with Grommen. Grommen, you can actually take initiative on this one and go charging in or whatever it is that Grommen does best.
Yeah, I think Grommen is going to charge in. He's going to go enraged. And
Really? It's
Yeah.
best not to think about what's happening, right?
yeah. Is this the leader that it looks like?
That does seem to be some of this very capable with the weapons that they're holding. Yes.
Grommen is going to go. So what happens here?
Mhm.
And, I'm going to just try to kind of explain some stuff because we've leveled up. So something happens to Grommen this time when he goes enraged. And his eyes turn like a different, they kind of look like a bird's eye. So they kind of like take it on a different look, and his vision gets a little sharper, and he focuses in, and he just goes straight for who he believes looks the most intimidating. And he runs straight for this person, and he's gonna axe him in the face.
Axe him in the face. Now, doesn't Grommen attack in a very signature way?
Yes. So he's dragging his great axe on the ground, and he goes to jump up in the air, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'll see. Oh, it's funny.
Well, I don't want to describe it, and then
Yeah.
it doesn't happen like that.
Like, oh, it's such a badass description, and then I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Oh, well, rolled a 2. So, as Grommen goes running across the battlefield, dragging the axe behind him, running into rage, he goes bursting into the field, and it catches all of the orcs and half-orcs around him completely off guard. Some of them seem like non-combatants, like they don't really have anything beyond a simple weapon at their side, like a club. Some of them are just very simply adorned with skins and furs, but not like the ways that you would see a chest bolstering orc from a tribe, a big warrior would wear, but just simple clothing. These seem more like docile or commoner orcs than you would see the kind of tribesmen that say Thonk or Grommen are accustomed to, because they're from these warrior-like areas. So as you come bursting through this area at the largest and toughest seeming orc, that even though you're going into your rage, seeing that and the fact that this seems to be a relatively peaceful thing, almost like a spark of morality hits Grommen, and it distracts him just enough that as he swings his axe, he's more kind of thinking of the situation as the rage is taking over, and he misses the attack. But by the time that attack hits the ground, the fact that he missed and with this big surprise opening really pisses him off, and he falls full-fledged into his rage. That being said, you do see everybody around is kind of like jumping up and be like, oh my God, what the hell is going on? People are just kind of stumbling and grabbing for their weapons, which once again plays to the idea that maybe they're not the most adept at fighting. Some of them this way, not all of them by any means. And so immediately afterwards, you have seemingly from the shadows, this one steps up and attacks the guy in front of him. So he comes up to the orc behind him, and with 2 daggers, just kind of comes up and places them right above his clavicles, right down inside there, mushes up his insides a little bit, and just ends this guy's day. And after that, we're going to go to Addo's turn, who witnessed all of that. Now, Addo, before we go any further, kind of like being on a horse, you were riding Grommen. So unless you chose to dismount, you actually would still be on Grommen's back right in that battlefield. Would you like to continue being on Grommen's back, or did you?
You know what? I like that idea. Let's go ahead and have me having rode into the battle on Grommen's back.
So that was not your move action by any means. You're just
right
there.
Okay. So I am. Well, I can't actually drag my guy for some reason.
I will check that right now. I don't
There
know
we
why I'm
go.
having so many hiccups.
I think I'm gonna need to make like a little saddle for you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Make it nice and comfy up there. I'm not leaving.
Addo's like a turtle shell. He just protects your vitals.
I'm thinking of those Yetis with like the little crate, like the little cages for like people to hang out in.
Bear, it seems like everything's going perfectly. You want to just double check Addo and see that?
Yeah, let me see if I can. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're good.
All
to
right,
go.
perfect.
All right. So,
You still have your full turn.
on Grommen's back, remaining there, as I assume that provides me at least a decent amount of protection. I'm gonna smack him on the back, the left shoulder, and say, "You got this, buddy!" And I'm gonna cast heroism.
Awesome. Yes.
There we go. The invincibility begins.
I am going to start with. I am going to ask you a question there, Bear. You might not remember these mechanics at first. It'll come to you, but the dagger that you have actually requires you to put the poison onto it, which is just a matter of concentration. And you make the poison coat the dagger. You can do it once a day. You know, this is a dagger of venom. You're aware of that now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you could have done that before the combat, before even this. It lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay. I'd love to, if still provided that opportunity.
Yes, your character would have known, so you would have been aware of the combat long in advance.
You got to be doing that like while we're riding into battle. That's I'm prepped. Coping that thing up.
You accidentally cut.
Yeah.
He just like blacks out on the ground.
I was just gonna say, last time that Rye got the crap kicked out of her, you just bottled up some of her blood and you just used that as the no, okay.
Yeah, that works, right?
So sorry, Sam.
Wait,
So-
Rise's blood is poison?
Because she's a demon.
Oh.
It was a bad joke. Moving on. Now, bad jokes are the dad jokes.
No,
So-
I was like, free supply of poison.
Quick trainer.
I'm just harvesting
Wow.
you.
Yeah, that's a really optimistic view
Just
of it.
plug a spigot right into her
Maggie,
stomach.
What is the matter with you today. Wow. Okay, so heroism on Grommen. Grommen is
Yep.
now invincible. Next up is the shaman the sorceress that's over by Rye. She goes rushing forward a bit, and just as like a testament to the kind of power that she has, she toss a ball of fire over here. And so it's literally like a ball of fire comes flying over and bursts right here at this group of people right here. And in doing so, get my clicker back, she instantly drops two of them. I'm sorry. What was it, Maggie?
Them effects though. PogChamp.
Oh yeah, they look so good. Oh man, these guys are dropping like flies.
Yep, absolutely. So these two dropped instantly. The other two are just standing there still injured. So she hurls that spell over there. There's an explosion, and she kind of like laughs somewhat maniacally as she watches like their clothing catch fire, and two of them kind of like shriveling up and trying to fight off the fires, getting weaker and weaker as it goes.
This is great.
Next is Rye, who's immediately behind her.
Rye watches this lady run off ahead, and she like stops walking. She kind of like throws her hands back and rolls her eyes, and she's just like, "Have fun." And then, bam, she's gone from sight. She casts invisibility, and she just walks off and finds the nearest tree to lean on, and just sits out.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Wow. We weren't joking when we were saying that you were the character of morality here, huh? I'm not sure which one of these is meant to be invisible, but we're gonna put a little ninja on you. Bam. You're now a ninja. Right. Right after Rye making the I suppose moral decision, we have, where are you?
At least we're turning Otto.
So this was the woman that we had that was wearing very little clothing when you last had seen her. She comes rushing into the combat. As she's rushing into the combat, she pulls out like a somewhat curved short sword looking weapon. It's one that none of you guys are very familiar with. And she comes rushing into combat as fast as she can, letting out also as I bounce around the battlefield, letting out a blood curdling scream, just kind of rushing over there. She jumps up and she swings at the person in front of her and cuts deep into him. You can see that the wounds in him just kind of like bleed open but don't quite finish. So she pulls back and just throws a sword in a second time. And this time it just pierces right through his backside, and he falls down as she pulls it back out. As he is dying in front of her, she immediately looks up at Grommen and makes like solid eye contact with him. And there's a bit of a wry smile on her face. After that is going to be the chieftain or the leader of the orcs that you guys are coming with Thonk's old friends. And he actually just slowly walks into the battlefield. He doesn't come rushing in or running or anything like that. He just slowly walks up to the battlefield up next to Grommen, and he pulls out his greatsword that he has, and he just pulls back and starts swinging at the person in front of him. So here, 1 second for that one.
Grommen looks at the girl and says, "Grommen has needs." No, I'm just kidding.
Awesome. All right, and he comes walking up to the guy, the just relaxed way, pulls back his sword and swings at him and inflicts to him 9 points of damage. The person in front of Grommen is now actually looking a little worried as he has 3 people on him all at once. Immediately after him is going to go to another one of their companions. This is the one that was not wearing a lot of armor. Actually, just can show you an image. I don't know if I actually showed you this one beforehand. So, bam. This is the one that was not wearing any. It didn't have any weapons, didn't have any armor. A monk comes rushing up to this person right here. The one that he goes up to is actually someone that seems like they're adept in combat. So immediately as he goes up to him, once again, this person being caught off guard because it all happens simultaneously, he comes rushing up to him and throws a couple of fists at him, just trying to catch him off guard. You know, you can see like the places and everywhere that he's hitting, that person's strength seems to be getting sapped from him, but he is not out of the fight by any means. That leads us to the next woman in their group, and she comes running in as fast as she can, does not quite make it in time for actual swinging her sword, but she is also holding a large curved weapon, curved not quite as extreme as the woman that ran in before her, but it's a much longer sword anyways. She comes rushing in with it in 2 hands, isn't able to get to the target in time to attack. That brings us to the bottom of initiative, as usual. Thunk.
I rolled poorly. That's fine.
Yeah, we know.
So am I to assume that these
Perfect
guys?
for you to be at the bottom, though, just so you know. Because like if you're at the end and then everyone takes damage, you can heal 'em.
Exactly. That works for me. Nobody took damage though, so we're fine.
This is a surprise round. So, and yes, that is one of the.
Are they like peasants, more or less?
These seem like the peasant ones, so more thonks level.
Oh, you're so funny, Scott.
Well, we saw you with that knoll, okay? We saw you with the knoll.
Listen, in fairness, Otto showed up to try and fight the knoll, and he kept missing too. So it's not like it was just
That's
me.
because he felt bad about you.
Oh my
He was
God.
deliberately missing.
He's like, "Don't worry, boss. I missed too. I missed
Yeah.
too."
Yeah.
I guess I'm
When
gonna.
does Otto ever sound like that? Excuse me.
Apparently, always.
Well,
All right, I guess I'm just gonna swing at this guy right here with my mace and hope I hit. We'll see what happens.
we know the answer.
I crit.
Oh, he actually did.
Use the emote.
Yeah, there we go.
Emo,
Lost
emo.
in it, crit.
Oh,
All
man.
right. So we multiply it by 2, correct? That's what we're doing here.
Because you're a half orc, you get to roll an additional die. You actually get to roll a third die.
A third or a second? Because I've only
You roll a
rolled.
second because you crit, so it's already been applied. But because you're half orc, you roll an additional d6,
Okay.
which I don't think you guys were doing before. I think Maggie only did once. So what's that? 10 plus.
Well, I'm
is that
hovering
everything?
over the damage, and it says it's only rolled 1 extra d6, so I need to roll another d6, I think.
Nope, you just did with that d6 at the bottom.
Right. So I rolled. That was 2.
Correct.
Okay, I thought you said rolled 3 for some reason. I was very.
So I'm sorry. Now, just to clarify for everybody, including Maggie, when you make an attack roll, you roll the damage of the weapon. When you critical hit, you get to roll that damage a second time.
Okay.
So your damage is 1d6, and because you roll the critical hit, you get to roll an additional, so 2d6. As a half orc, when you critical hit, what you get to do is add an additional die. And the reason why it's explained that way is if your weapon's 1d6, you get to roll 3d6. But if you have like a great sword and it's naturally a 2d6 weapon, so it's 2d6 because your critical hit becomes 4d6, but because you're half orc, 1 additional die becomes 5, not 66. Understand what I'm saying?
So I
So
do
you
roll
roll-
3d6 then.
Yep,
Right.
which you already did. You have 5 plus 3 is 2d6.
Oh
plus
no!
that
Oh
additional
yeah,
d6.
you're right. I am complete.
go.
I was.
So
You-
if I
you-
get to-
usually I'm Mathis.
If I
Hey,
get to roll an
relax.
extra additional die, but I don't do d6s, I do d12s. Do I get to roll additional d12, or do
You
I
You get to
get
roll
like
3d12, Maggie. Yeah,
That's-
I know.
yeah.
Isn't that amazing? Like,
All right, so I do.
4? Why do I get to 4?
I'm sorry?
You said 4?
You get to roll. I was referring to a great sword at the time. You use a great axe. So yeah.
So does this third d6 get the weapon bonus, the weapon damage bonus, like the other two?
Nope,
do?
it's just an additional die.
Okay, cool. So 5, 6, 7, 8.
Stop being greedy.
I'm just asking. So I do 10 damage. All right.
Yes.
Christ.
10 damage. Absolutely. So 10 damage. And for probably the first time ever in the campaign, you kill somebody. Woo!
I killed somebody on session 1 with a spell.
Yeah, I know.
Come
You
on.
killed a peasant, though. We're very proud of you.
I'll take it. Anything. at
Dunk
this
is
point.
keeping track, and he has like 1 mark.
I know. Like 1 down.
Meanwhile, Grauman has like a ton of head skulls.
So after that entire round is said and done, what you guys end up noticing is that the people around the camp, some of them, as I had said, they did not seem like combatants. They seem like they had no idea what they're doing. As a matter of fact, some of them even seem like just simple people. And I'll give you an example with this green guy right here that are just traveling with goods behind them. You know, that may look like weapons and chests of gold, but ignore that image. It's actually just like goods for them to continue traveling with. So these are all seemingly innocent people that all of you are now hunting down and killing. So just kind of keep that in mind. For those of you that care, Rye.
Is that guy winking?
And now we will reorganize back to the top. We have Grauman, go.
All right. Well, Grauman's gonna attempt. Grauman's really angry, so he like is yelling. He's just like yelling gibberish at this guy in front of him, not even paying mind to the other guy next to him. And
By gibberish, do you mean orcish?
nice one. You try
Sorry.
and think you're funny. It's not funny.
Yeah, sorry.
And he's gonna go for another axe action.
Oh, come on, 2 in a row?
How am I rolling
What?
2 lines? That's
It's so
weird.
unusual. And Mathis rolled a 20. Wow.
I'll take it.
I know today is not. Today's weird.
This is
Grauman's,
not-
here's the thing. Grauman's distracted by that girl.
That's what it is.
There it is.
That's what it is. He was going into rage, but now he's just kind of falling in love instead. So, so he goes to swing his axe, But as he goes to swing his axe and he notices her kind of catching his eye, he kind of like flexes just a little too much. And he swings a little stiff, so he can flex a little more afterwards. But it was a terrible miss because of that. That's okay though. She noticed. And next is the same guy that did before, the ninja seeming dude. He kind of comes up over here to this somewhat fighter-looking person, just to give you again an idea of what these people look like. He's somebody that is capable of fighting, but by no means a great warrior. Comes up to him and makes his attack, and actually misses. So swings at the guy, misses, and we'll go to the next person. Addo's turn. Addo, you already have heroism.
Yes. Otto is going to, seeing that Grommen is struggling a bit, maybe a little distracted, is going to provide him a little bit of bardic inspiration.
Wow, seriously buffing.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. I'm sure Maggie remembers exactly what that does. So then, and you're staying on Grommen's back, yes?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just cheering him on from behind. Come on, man, you got this. He's right there. Just hit him with your axe.
All right, so this one coming over here and seeing that these ones were completely off guard beforehand. There are two of them still standing. One of them clearly seems a bit more sturdy than the rest of them did. So comes up a little bit closer to him and then blasts another spell. Oops, sorry.
The wrong way.
Blasts another spell at him. So just beams of energy come blasting at the person. And I am still clicking my magic because it's so much fun. And we drop the guy. So she comes over, just blasts him again, and the person drops from the energy is just hitting him. It's just kind of like braided cuts and flashes everywhere. A little bit of blood spewing to the ground around them, and that one is over. After that is going to be this one is finally of that group that you're attacking, the first one that's able to defend themselves. So this one turns back to the person that came up next to him, the monk-seeming person, makes their attack. They have their large weapon in hand, and horrible miss. I actually rolled a natural 3. Next is the next one that looks very similar, immediately adjacent to him, steps up, and what he actually does is he starts swinging at the person, but trying to be more menacing than anything else. And so anybody that's kind of like focusing on this area, you can see that he's kind of providing cover for this person right here, so they can actually try to get away. That's exactly what he does. He tries to get away to a safer spot. So he runs over here. And we're going to be at Rye's turn. Rye?
Rye yawns and pulls out some cheese and bread, like unwraps it. She just kind of like chows down. She's like leaning against a tree.
Nice. Good. I'm glad it holds well on the road.
What does he have to roll for that?
I want to be doing that right now.
Yeah, all right. Does anybody have any brie? So after that one goes, then it's the one that caught Grommen's eye. So stepping over the corpse that she just made, she steps up to the person in front of him and immediately attacks that one as well. Swing and actually, I'm rolling really bad right now. It's probably bad because I'm going to roll good later. I rolled a natural 1. So she comes up and maybe seeing Grommen's like flexing and whatnot. She's equally distracted, but like, ooh, hey. And so she's kind of like swinging at this person too, but really just not paying that much. Like this battlefield doesn't matter. What are these people? And misses while staring at Grommen maybe too intently. That's kind of goofy.
Oh God.
Next is the chiefly person that's next to Grommen. Attacks someone that's next to him. And are you kidding me right now? I rolled another natural 1. How is it even possible? How is that possible? Okay, well, natural 1, I miss again. So misses horribly, probably witnessing what's happening with a person, his subordinate, just like kind of flirting and flexing and whatnot next to Grommen, who's doing it back. He's like, what the hell? And he's equally distracted. Well, this combat got goofy real quick. And after that person's turn is going to be this one, who's going to start making his attack. And you can see immediately that it seems like the tides are beginning to turn. He had already rushed forward, hit this guy a few times. This time he starts punching through from across the battlefield. You can even hear an audible snap as he hits one of his bones really hard. This person drops. Going to the next one, which would be the leader that's in front. He's going to attack back at Grommen, who seems to be distracted. Should I do a penalty to Maggie's AC? Should that be a thing?
No.
Advantage on the attack roll?
F15 now.
You can do whatever you want. I don't think you're going to be able to hurt her.
What's your AC of 15? I literally rolled a 14.
I can't update it on the doc because like it doesn't take into effect the armor or the cloak that I got, so I just added it.
So what's your AC? I'm sorry.
15.
Yeah, it's a 15. So the way I have it, my macros programmed in, I see it as a 15 when I roll. So coincidentally, I actually rolled a 14 total, and I missed you by 1. So yay for magic cloaks! Woo! Yeah, Luke saves the day. So he comes, seeing this opportunity, swings at Grommen and narrowly misses. It's literally by the grace of the cloak that he was able to misjudge his swing and barely misses Grommen. But this actually snaps Grommen out of it, and now he's in the zone, so he'll actually kill something, right, Maggie? And next turn is this one right here. This woman is actually she's one of the druids amongst them. That when you guys are kind of coming in, when you were originally attacking them, she was off to the side, humming to them and everything. She did not seem like she was going to be much of an aggressor, but as soon as all this happens, she immediately also starts singing a song, and she's going to sing it at Grommen as well, singing it at the person that's fighting Grommen, also giving him inspiration. Almost immediately, she starts humming this tune. Otto is able to kind of pick up what's happening. He's like, hey, that's my shtick. So, stepping forward again, we have the woman that rushed forward but wasn't able to make her attack with the large sword. She swings at the weak fighter in front of her. Easy hit, easy kill. She with the large sword, she just does one quick slash, and a moment or two after the slash happens, his wounds seem to open up and just blood starts pouring out from neck to side, and just his entrails are starting to pour through his clothing. So he is very easily handled. And we're back down to Thunk.
Hooray! All right, I'm gonna cast inflict wounds on this guy and try and hit him. I miss. There's a lot of natural ones happening right about now.
There you are, buddy.
Nat 20, nat 1.
Yep.
That's a drastic swing.
You just shouldn't cast magic. You know what I mean?
I guess you just bop things with my mace.
Absolutely. And then the actual bottom of initiative is this one right here, just to give you an image of this woman here.
What the?
It's not exactly as the image depicts, but it's literally a woman that was
a child?
That was an orcish child there.
The
Yeah.
derpiest looking child I've ever seen in my life.
There are a few orcish children in the area. We're just going to assume you slaughtered them after all said and done because Thunk said so. And no, so she's there. She doesn't actually have a child next to her. She is in front of a cauldron that's being where this stuff is being made. But as this is happening, she actually pulls out a wand, and with the wand she waves it and points it over at Grommen. So she's actually going to step up to here and then points her wand at Grommen. So let me make an attack roll against him.
Wait, there's not an orc child on the battlefield?
No.
I was
Okay.
Yeah, I was like,
Just
if there's
clarifying
no child on the
that.
battlefield, this is gonna probably
That
change.
changes my perspective. on
Yeah.
shit about this.
It
I
would
hope
also
they're-
change Grommen's perspective if you know his background.
So cast the spell over at Grommen. The spell does in fact hit and does wow, okay. 7 points of magical damage. It's actually cold damage to Grommen. So that ignores Grommen's resistance that he always uses to protect himself during all these combats. However, the 3 temporary HP provided by Addo is still applied. So 4 points of damage to Grommen. And after her turn is back to the top of initiative with Grommen, who's, she just got real.
Yeah, what the heck was that? Grumman's like, what dat? And he is going to use the inspiration. Is that gonna be advantage?
Inspiration gives you an advantage.
Yeah, he's gonna use the inspiration from Otto, and he's gonna attack.
You can actually, I'm sorry, no. I'm sorry, Maggie, I misunderstood you. If you're going to use inspiration, the general mechanic, you choose before you roll, and it gives you advantage. If you use the inspiration from Otto, it's after you roll, but before you hear the result, and it gives you an additional D6 to the roll. For now, eventually it'll improve. So you can roll first, and then choose to apply the D6 afterwards.
Oh, yeah, easy enough. Let's see how that goes.
Okay.
What is going on today?
But it's workable, though. That D6 could be the thing that you need.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do I hit? Is that what you're saying?
You don't want to hear the result. What you want to do is choose whether or not you want to roll.
What?
You gotta decide whether or not you want to add the d6 before
Oh, I
he
already did. I already
reveals
said-
the
I already
result.
said I was gonna use
Oh,
it.
okay.
Oh, okay. So just roll your
Oh,
1d6
okay.
then. Thanks.
Wait, I hit him?
No, you got to roll your 1d6.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm so confused. Okay.
No, it's fine. Hey, there we
Hey,
go.
that's
That's a
better.
nice big number. Awesome.
Did I hit?
So with your 16, you do hit. Yes, you do hit.
Okay. Ah.
I was gonna be very sad if I said you missed the third time.
Yeah.
All right, 8 points of damage. Nice. So you're actually raging, so that's 10 points of damage, which is exciting. So you do 10 points of damage to the guy, and he is still standing.
Casting spells.
Yeah. He's actually he's a gish. So he takes 10 points of damage, and he's still standing, but that blow obviously had an effect on him. He was only able to barely get out of the way of it. You still connected. He is still bleeding. With Grauman's amazing hit, we then go to. With Grauman's amazing hit, we then go to the ninja seeming person who completely ignores the one that's using magic and goes up behind the one that's with Grauman and makes his attack from there. So this person is really being jumped up on. Oh, and I rolled extremely well. I rolled a natural 18. So that is an obvious hit, and we're going to do our damage. And second attack. I rolled a natural 18 again. That's weird. I seem to be like duplicating my dice
All right.
each time. I mean, don't complain, I guess.
I was doing that too. It was weird.
Yeah, it was really weird. So between the two attacks, one minimum, one somewhere in the middle, he does 10 points of damage to this person, just as much as Grauman did. Kind of coming up behind him and slashing at him a few times with his dagger, getting a whole bunch of like little nicks. What happened was as Grauman swung at him and he stepped back, he completely opened himself up to the attacks from this one. Now he's not doing, again, any big blows, but he's definitely getting a bunch of little nicks inside there. He's looking like he's not doing well at all. He's really hurting at this point. That brings us to Addo.
Does he look like he's gonna like die?
But he looks like he's probably not going to make it to.
Roman is gonna try to like tell the other guy that's attacking him, this one that just came up.
Mhm.
Wait.
Okay. Do you say it to this?
Addo
Do you say it to this one as well?
Remembering what Thonk said about like not killing the guy.
And Otto will withdraw his rapier, pointing it at the guy in front of us, on top of Grauman, of course,
Of course.
and say, "To your knees, friend."
With that, you're gonna have to roll an intimidation. Scare him to his knees.
Yes.
Not
All
bad.
right. Not bad. 14. I don't know. This is a pretty strong-minded guy. I'm gonna actually roll against this one. Give me 1 second. I got a 39. That did not roll well.
Okay.
Wait, you got a 39. How?
I just rolled a d20 plus 2 and got a 22. Oh, no, it has a square. So I actually rolled natural 20. There we go. Perfect. So he is not intimidated. He says, "Over my corpse." You know.
Grauman says, "Nice try."
After that is going to be the sorceress's turn, who happily sees another group kind of forming up over here. So once again, just ignoring this one right here, who will take his action in a moment. She is going to cast another spell at those over there. So we have, and it goes, boom. So she has her spell kind of reaches over and just explodes right there at all of them. And because of that explosion, we have this one just instantly drops. This one right here drops. I should say drops to a knee, is like on the ground trying to surrender. I'm not sure exactly what these emoticons all mean, but that's cool. And this one is in fact still standing. So this one drops to a knee like, I give. Like, please don't kill me. But she is still standing. After that is going to be actually this one's turn, who is going to turn his attention over to her and take a shot with his crossbow that you can see in his hands. And it is an attack and a miss. I missed by 2. So attack and a miss, sadly, it does not connect. It brings us to this guy right over here. who's going to make an attack of the person adjacent to him. Once again, an attack and a miss, and it's Rye's turn. Rye, how's that cheese?
It's pretty good. Right, like packs it up in a bag, and she's just like listening. She can just hear screaming and clinking of metal, and then she just leans her head on the tree. That's it.
All right. After that goes to Thonk's friend's turn, who she sees this somewhat attractive-looking orc female next to her who is trying to be showy or something, and she's not going to stand for that, so she's going to kill her and attacks and hits and deals. Minimum damage. Does 4 points of damage.
Damn.
So attacks and hits this one right here and does minimal damage to him. After that is going to bring us to this one's turn, who's going to actually turn and start trying to run away. And then that brings us to this chieftain's turn. Now, Grommen, when you were trying to convince the one that was on the other side of the orc not to attack, were you also trying to convince this one, the chieftain-seeming one adjacent to you, to not attack the orc in front of you as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, he's looking at both of them being like, wait.
Okay. So when you say that, he kind of like gives you like a punch on the shoulders, like, the kill's yours. And
Oh,
turns
I'm
to,
gonna kill him. That's great. That's great.
he turns over here. I'm not even going to roll for damage. And this already half-charred person is killed. And he finishes walking his way over to these ones. And that brings us back to this guy here. He's going to return the attack over here.
That's a good
and-
interpretation of it. I love it.
and actually drops this guy right here. Actually, no, this one hasn't taken damage before. He's still standing. But he starts making his way over to here as he attacks. So he's kind of like hitting him a couple times as he's moving forward. After him brings us to the woman with the sword, who is also going to step forward to attack the red-haired orcish woman. That is a hit.
That's the girl I was flirting with, right?
The one with the sword is not the one you were flirting. Well, the other one with the sword is not the one you were flirting with. She's adjacent to her. Oh, and I do maximum damage. And actually, we dropped the red-haired orcish girl. So the bard that was giving inspiration to her boss actually just died. So her boss no longer has inspiration. And that brings us to actually his turn. So he is now going to attack at Grommen without the inspiration since the bard is dead. And attacking Grommen. Also assuming that what you were saying was that you were going to attack at him like, oh, I've got this kill is kind of how he interpreted it as well. Because, you seem very aggressive at the moment with your rage. So attacking at you, Grommen. One less. I missed. That brings us to Thunk's turn.
Hey, I'm gonna hold my turn to right after Grommen.
Okay, so you will go right after Grommen, and the round is almost over. It's almost Grommen's turn.
Yep.
She is going to cast a spell on this group here. She actually, like as I said before, she was kind of working with a pot back here. So she actually is going to rush back towards the pot that was over here. And he is going to take that attack against her in the meanwhile. And he's actually going to miss. So the orc chieftain seeming person is going to miss with the attack of opportunity against her. She retreats back to the pot. As she retreats back to the pot, she grabs just like a whole bunch of vials and she starts throwing it inside the pot as fast as she can, making sizzles and bubbles and pops and whistles and whatnot happening. The thing seems to be bubbling and bursting quite a bit as she does so. That brings us to Grommen's turn.
They must be doing some kind of weird ritual or something. Grommen is going to try to grab the druid leader person and
Sure.
hold his axe up to them and axe up to him and I guess intimidate him into like not doing anything.
Sure. So why don't you just roll an intimidation roll? Everything else we'll just say as a part of RP.
Okay.
Well,
Oh,
How do you feel the halfling was like 3 times as intimidating as you
I
were?
feel like Gromit is like a solo orc, and the second he's with other orcs, he's just shit.
I'm having a rough time today.
You're not a pack orc.
So what happens is Gromit grabs this one and he pulls him close, and he's like, and the entire time he's talking to him, so he's like "Grrr," grabs him, pulls him close, and then he kind of like looks over his shoulder and he's like, yeah, give up, as he's kind of like slapping the other orc over his shoulder. Look at me, I'm tough. Hey, and it's the guy's just like, what? Like, what are you? Let's fight here. Man up. So after that happens,
All right, I'm going.
You go ahead.
I held my turn until after Gromit. I'm just gonna reach out and hopefully inflict wounds on this guy.
Hey, you touched. Good job.
Hey!
Good job. Hey. Thunk has a use. And I'm pretty sure you can just click inflict wounds and I roll the damage for you.
But
right?
I'm casting it as a higher level spell, so I don't think I can.
Oh, good point. Well, you can always just do that and then add the additional d6 afterwards.
It's a 40-10, buddy.
Sorry, the additional d10. But, all right. Well, holy shit! Oh my god, 23 damage. Oh god. Okay. Well.
40
So my hand crackles again with a quick prayer to Grummish, realizing this guy's not gonna give up. And I'll just reach forward, and as I did the very first time you partied with me, I grabbed this guy by the throat and just immediately drain every inch of life that's left in this man, and just watch his body crumple before me. And as he falls to his knees.
Yeah.
Oh, you took him from me and did this. Oh.
Yeah, I just reached out and grabbed him, and then just like as he's falling to his knees, as he's about to like the life saps from his eyes, I just like throw his body on his
Gromman's
back.
like, you should. Well, what did you say? He's like, you should have given up.
So Gromman's actually in agreement with Thonk's action. Okay. So immediately as Thonk reaches out, Gromman's kind of like holding him steady. Thonk kind of reaches out, steals the strength from him, and through your narration, it sounds like Gromman kind of like letting go and seeing that doesn't need to be held anymore. Thonk, as soon as he finishes, just kind of grabs him, throws him to the ground.
Yeah.
Gromman with his comment.
And I'll shout like, "It's over" to whoever's left.
Seeing this happen and seeing all this happen, and it's kind of like a little taken aback by the fact that you did that so easily. That would be this guy right here. So you actually see a flicker of surprise in his eyes, but then he just turns and walks away, drawing a bow from his back, like sheathing a weapon, drawing a bow from his back, and he lines up his shot and takes a shot at the one that was trying to run away down here. Let's see if that attack hits. Total of a 20, so it does in fact hit. And just my damage real quick. Oop. Again. Or is it frozen on me? There we go. And drops the guy. So lines up his attack with a bow, fires at the one that was trying to get away, and kills him. This brings us to Addo's turn. Addo, you can see that Gromman and Thunk both seem to be trying to dissuade combat from happening, which I think you were trying to do, but the others are still fighting at the moment. What's Addo's actions?
I stand up on Gromman's shoulders and I shout, "Stop! Stop! It's over! He's dead!"
Okay. Roll a persuasion check for that one. Try to like convince, like pull their heads out of the battlefield.
Yeah.
So you do so. You kind of like stop! Everyone, he's dead! Everybody stop! And so like seeing that happen, you can see that all of the people that were like defending themselves, all the druids, like okay, stop, no problem. Okay, we'll do that. We'll stop. We can definitely do that. And immediately after you do that, and they kind of slow down. This one, the sorceress kind of looks over at you like, "The hell's the matter with you?" And without batting an eye, hurls another spell right here, and just blows the hell out of these two right here. Blows them up, I should say, and kills the two of them. So whack my microphone. And they just drop. So she seemed to ignore what your request was.
I see her do this, I'm sure.
You definitely do. You can react if you'd like.
I want to hop off Gromman's back, kind of run up toward her. Hey, what are you doing? They were giving up.
So seeing that you're doing that, this one being kind of prudent, realizes there's a bit of dissension that's happening, realizes that some of you are trying to stop fighting, some of you are continuing to fight anyways. He's like, this battle is lost. There's no reason for me to continue fighting. So he starts trying to run away. However, this does provoke an attack of opportunity from this one here. And so of course he does so. And he hits. And of course, he does maximum damage after he already had injured him beforehand. So without even wasting the time of moving him, we drop him where he was standing here. So once again, you continue to see another one get killed by these, by those that are fighting.
There's only one left, I think.
It may very well be. Let me just look for a second. There's the one that's already on the ground groveling.
And
There's this
guy in the
commoner
corner.
that's right here.
Yeah.
So, she is not going to get in the way of her
there's
boss
3
having
left.
his fun.
Yeah.
So she's actually going to walk past Grauman and Otto kind of like waving his arms at the other girl, like, hey, stop, stop, stop. And I imagine you see her coming this way as well. And you're like, hey, stop, stop, stop. Do you try to like intercept her, get in her way? Like, no, 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 no.
I'm not gonna physically stop her but I'm going to try to, like be in her presence. Like, hey, come on, they're done.
So looking down at you, annoyed, standing like in her path, she stops short by like 10 feet and just kind of like reaches behind her and pulls out an axe that she flips once in the air, and then she hurls it at the guy that's standing across the way. Total of a 20. I swear my die rolls are nowhere in the middle. They're either extremely high or extremely low right now.
Been me
So
all day today.
you guys be careful. I'm just saying, you guys be careful.
It's about time for Grauman to suck at rolling. So
And 3 points of damage is enough to kill this commoner, and he drops. And we're just gonna move her back here. We're gonna move Addo right here. There you go. And that brings us to the chieftain, who also ignoring Otto. The guy's on the ground like begging and pleading. He just kind of like shakes his head and says in Orcish, for those that speak it, pathetic. And with his sword, he just and kills the guy that's groveling on the ground.
Is this on the groveling one?
Yeah.
He kills the groveling one, yes.
Do I not act before him?
You technically speaking, your turn is before his, yes, and you've been holding your turn. So if you want to try to do something before he hits the groveling one, stage is yours, Sam.
Yeah, I'm gonna Eldritch blast him in the back from behind a tree.
The one that's attacking the groveling one, or the groveling one?
One swinging at the groveling one.
Absolutely, you go right ahead.
Jesus Christ, here we go.
Range is certainly long enough. Your damage is now going to be.
If he chooses to cast it at a higher level, yeah.
No. As a warlock, it's
Okay.
always at the higher level unless
Okay.
you choose to cast it a lower one because of how their spells work.
Oh, okay, cool.
do you have
So,
advantage? Or is
yeah.
I think I accidentally clicked advantage.
No. Advantage actually would apply in this situation because you're attacking somebody and he's unaware of you. So that actually, you accidentally did the correct thing. Thank you, Sam.
Yeah.
And roll your damage. You hit. That's an easy hit. Wow.
Oh boy.
Whew. Okay, you just made somebody grumpy. So let me take
no.
the X away. It was presumptuous of me to assume that he was going to die. And you blast this guy in the back.
So like Rai can see the kneeling woman, and she sees the guy like raise up, and she just peeks out from behind the tree, and just like Eldritch blasts this guy in the back, and sends him 10 feet, reeling across the grass, buying the kneeling one some time to try and escape. And then she immediately hides back behind the tree, so no one would suspect that she didn't.
Yep. So 1, you were invisible. But 2, your spell makes you invisible now. But 3, you're going to jump behind the tree. I will allow you to jump behind the tree for a stealth check, but with disadvantage on this roll, Sam. So if you'd like to roll that.
I am like 120 feet away.
You are a good distance away, and so they already have their penalties, but you still there will be a
disadvantage. Did you say?
Please and thank you. Because you kind of stepped out.
Jesus
That's not bad.
Oh my God.
Normally you don't get to stealth though,
Okay.
but damn, son.
Oh
Wow.
boy.
That's
So why did I question the rogue? I'm sorry.
I don't know why you did this.
you're
I'm
also being really
not
nice
a
at
rogue.
letting it stealth after too. So
Well, you're the rogue in the group. You pick the lock since know your place. Know your place. You blast at him, step behind the tree. Nobody is aware of the fact that it was you that did it from way over here. Your friends, I'm sure, suspect because they're familiar with the look of the spell and the effect of the spell. But the guy was on the ground groveling, and as the person steps up and goes to stab him, all of a sudden gets blasted in the back, and it throws him forward over the groveling person's head because he sees the sword coming, and he bows even lower, expecting the attack to come in, and he hurls over his head. So when the attack doesn't hit, he hears like everything happen. He kind of just like looks, and he's not in front of him. And seeing him not in front of him, he just kind of like jumps to his feet and turns and just starts booking it as fast as he can. So, and he goes running. So now it's his attempts to run away. Now,
Does it not provoke an attack of opportunity?
what, trying to run away? The guy is on the ground. He's kind of sprawled out on the ground and whatnot. So no, it will not provoke it.
Gotcha. No.
So, and that is going to be, unless somebody's going to interrupt the sorceress when it is Thonk's turn first. We're about to come out of initiative. But unless somebody goes to interrupt the sorceress, nobody else will be able to
What
kind of
about
get
this
to him.
dude here?
What dude? Oh, I totally didn't see him because he was hiding behind a
I know this
invisible
is-
GM figurine.
Oh no.
Oh.
No. It was actually for something else that I didn't use this map for. So, so that guy there is dead. He got killed at some point in time in the crossfire.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Magic. He actually just pooped himself to death. You know, it was just like, ah!
Dysentery.
Yeah,
Classic
dysentery.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah. All
How
right,
do you
so
say that? How do you say the state, Mathis?
Oregon?
That'd be
it's
Oregon.
Whatever.
What? No, man.
Whatever. Continue, please.
It's like Rhode Island. Rhode Island, isn't it?
Yeah.
So anyways, is somebody going to immediately the party is able to assess that this one is trying to get away. I know Rye tried to save him. If anybody else does not intercede in any way,
Well, I'm going to look to Thonk and say, thought you no want to kill him. You say keep him.
I shake my head. No, I wanted them to kill each other. And I like step away.
Ramen looks at him and is like, no understand.
So does anybody try to interfere with the with what's going on or no?
No.
No.
Not a problem. So and sadly it's her turn before Rise, so we're just gonna see if this can play its way out. Tossing a spell over at the person down there. Switch to that one and attack roll. Bam. It's actually a miss. So we go, bam. The spell misses the person as he tries to run away, and I did it again. So it misses the person as he tries to run away. He is not getting hit as of right now. That then leads to this one, who's kind of like rolling his eyes and hemming and hawing as he walks past his chief, like, really, is what he says to him. And he lines up his own shot at the person as well. Luckily, there is a tree in the way, giving a little bit of cover, but we'll see what happens. Actually, the tree is just enough to give cover. I have the total of a 12, and the person's AC is a 13 due to the cover. It was an 11 otherwise. He was not a warrior. And so he is currently still alive. It is Rye's turn, but he is going to start running. Does Rye try to do anything to intercede, or does she just stay there and be quiet?
Rye is gonna change location from where she was to move around to come into the group from a different angle.
Okay. So do you want to cast? Oh, yeah, I don't think you have any more spells, do you? No, you do.
I do if I want to, but am I not stealthed right now?
You are stealth, yeah,
Well,
absolutely. I just didn't know if you
like focus. Can I not just? Would I have to stealth to move undetected?
I mean, you do not have to roll. You're stealthing, so you're good. So at this point, what we're actually going to do is we're going to out of initiative, out of combat. It's completely over. You guys were victorious, and we're going to have Rye kind of right as RP is kicking up, some 15, 20 seconds into RP kicking up, Rye will come stepping into the group of people. However, I believe we're at that time where we should take our first break and the RP afterwards.
All right. We'll be back in about 5 to 7-ish or so minutes. Go grab a drink. Do we got to do? We will be back with hour 2 of Lost Initiative very soon. See you in a bit.